All right, guys, it's meal prep day today at the Pioneer Wisconsineer house, and what are we doing?
We're making chicken and veggies today. So the first step of my meal prep is we have to make a cup of chicken broth, and it's the longest step, so we're gonna do it first.
Chicken broth in the kettle, yeah?
It says about a teaspoon. I eyeball like that much.
Season with the hot, yeah.
So in the recipe I use, it says that we want about a cup of broth. So that's what we're gonna do.
Just let that sit in there like one of them hot chocolate spoons.
Yep. Let it melt, come back and stir it every once in a while. It's already dissolving nicely. I also have to use garlic. So we're gonna peel this shit. If you guys didn't know, I don't like peeling garlic. It's my least favorite part of cooking is peeling garlic.
I don't mind it, but I'm cameraman, so we just get to watch everybody. We get to hang out, you and me.
Watch me struggle. Oh, this one's actually doing very nice. We're getting ready to make our chicken for the chicken and vegetables. We need a lemon. My lemon is like rock hard. So we're gonna roll it on the counter a little bit, and then we're gonna stick it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. And that should juice it up a little bit and soften it.
The microwave times may vary depending on wattage.
Yes. I think I'm gonna do 10 more seconds just to make sure.
You really made a point there.
Alright, I'm gonna call that good. Yeah, that worked a little bit. You can feel where it's warm right here, that it is softer. It's cold up here, it's a little harder. I don't know if it picks up on camera. It's hard here, and it's soft here. But I think it'll be fine. So, put that to the side right now. We're getting our chicken out to be seasoned. You can use whatever chicken you want. You can get chicken breast and cut it up if you want. That's totally fine. I've done it like every which way. My favorite way is just buying chicken tenders, raw chicken tenders, and using those. Okay, for seasonings, it says to use salt. Nice healthy dose of salt there, so that all the other flavors pop. Black pepper. Chili powder. And onion powder. I don't remember the measurements. I've made this a few times. I season with the heart anymore.
Season with the heart, yeah.
as I mix it around, I can kind of like tell what I'm gonna need more of. Like I think I'm gonna put a little bit more of just like everything in here.
The nose knows.
The nose knows and the eyes know. Cause like if you look at it, you can tell that I have some chicken that's like a little bit more bald than some of my other chicken. See, like this is. So I'm gonna do one more quick little season with everything. But this time I'm gonna use fresh cracked pepper because I like to mix the two together. Pre-cracked makes it look like there's pepper in there, but fresh cracked is just like the flavor's better.
Spicier.
Yeah. Quick little sprinkle of salt.
If you don't have a pepper grinder, pick one up from a Goodwill. They're cheap. They work great.
Chili. Onion. And also to this, because we're gonna let it marinate for a little bit, we're gonna use half of our lemon. It's okay if you get seeds in there, you can pick them out. Even if you don't, it's not like you're gonna eat them. This is food for you, not food for someone else. If it's food for someone else, whatever.
This is meal prep, not date night.
Right.
Always wash your hands, have good hygiene.
Always.
We love it.
This towel's clean. It's damp from all the other times we've washed our hands. I'm reusing gloves because I'm tired of wasting gloves. Come at me. I'll meet you in the Pizza Hut parking lot. Give them one last rub, and then we're gonna let these marinate for at least a half hour. Put them in the fridge, leave them on the counter, do whatever the hell you want. It's your kitchen.
Your food, your choice.
I'm just gonna let them marinate on the countertop for a half hour. Judge me. Come at me. I'll meet you in the Pizza Hut parking lot.
We buy our chicken fresh. We know that they're healthy. We don't have to worry about any sort of bacterias or anything coming from them.
Yeah.
We've never gotten sick before, and we've done this, what, at least 10 times now?
We've been eating the same meals for like months at this point, making them damn near the exact same way that you're seeing in this video and either the next or previous. I don't know when these videos are coming out. Okay, so while our chicken is marinating, we're gonna get veggies ready. I use a pre-made California mix. It's got everything that I like in it, so I just buy it. We're gonna start by pre-crushing our garlic. And then in a couple minutes, we're gonna just give it a rough chop. Meanwhile, these bags sometimes have some really big and oddly shaped broccoli and cauliflower, so we're just gonna open them up and go through them real quick and see if we need to maybe cut things down. Like, this is way too big. Okay, so the carrots are obviously fine inside, so we're gonna pick all those out and put them in our bowl over here. Any like big leaves, pick those out. Throw those away. We have some little pieces of broccoli that I can tell, at least for me already, are the perfect size. I think this is the only one that I really have to cut. The stem is too long, so the rest of them I'm gonna throw into the bowl. This piece of cauliflower is fine, so I can throw that in there. Cut off the stem. If you want to make your knife blade last longer, also when you scrape across your cutting board, flip it over and use the back side. Okay, let's cut this cauliflower up. I like kind of small pieces of cauliflower. If it falls apart, that's okay. It makes reheating it a lot easier. Okay.
We're back with our second bag of vegetables.
I got a smaller bowl because I think I'm gonna need it. So I'm doing the same thing to this bag that I did to the other one. I'm picking up the carrots first and whatever little pieces of veggie look fine to use right away that I don't have to cut. I like how the little pieces of broccoli break down into like nothing and they just scatter green throughout the dish. So I like to use the little tiny pieces.
That's how I like my broccoli too.
But then I also like having whole pieces. So I like a little bit of variety. Okay, so our first bowl is full. All right, now that we got our vegetables all cut up, we're gonna pretty much add the same seasonings to our vegetables that we added to our chicken. We're gonna start with a little kiss of olive oil on both bowls. We got salt. Do like a nice lick, you know it's veggies, they're bland. Pepper. Since it's pre-crushed, I'm just gonna finish it off.
Do the spin thing with the next one too.
Okay. Onion powder. And chili powder. And then because these bowls are so full, I'm actually gonna get a lid and I'm gonna shake the absolute crap out of them.
And if you're a nice person, this is where the point where you step in and help out. This step is optional, but if you want to get your good deed in for the week, step in and help out.
I also like to check it like halfway through to make sure everything's distributing nice, because if I need to add more oil, now's the time, but everything looks like it's going pretty well in both bowls. So I'm just gonna shake this around a little more. I call that good. Yeah, that looks nice.
Oop.
Okay, now that everything is prepped and ready to go, because once you get to cooking this recipe, it goes pretty quick, so you want to do all your prep work first. We're going to start by heating up our pan. I'm going to heat it up kind of slow, and then you want to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons, but you know, season with the hot. My oil is heated up. I'm just kind of twirling it around.
When you can see your reflection in it, it's hot.
When you can see the ripples in the pan, it's hot. And I'm twirling it to coat the pan. So now I'm gonna add my chicken breasts, my chicken tendies, I mean. And these are small, they're gonna cook up pretty quick. I think I do like 5 minutes a side. I kind of go based off the looks. When the white starts being about halfway up the chicken, it's time to flip. And I like to try and leave the middle of the pan open for heat distribution, but sometimes you can't always do that, but it looks like this time we're actually able to. And then the juices that are left in there, just dump those right in there. You want that lemon juice in there. You want that flavor. We're going kind of low. I'm gonna bump it up just a touch here. And then for myself, because I have to eat it, I don't want it to burn, I will set like a 7-minute timer, but I'm gonna come back in about 5 and check on it. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. The chicken, as you can tell, is about halfway cooked. We're gonna flip them all over. If your pan is extra oily and wet looking, that's fine, because remember, we got all of these vegetables that we have to add to this pan. This is a 1-pan recipe.
If you have a wok, I'm sure it would work in this.
Definitely work in a wok. If you have like one of those, not like the griddle.
I could argue you could do this on a Blackstone.
Honestly, yeah, you probably could. Okay. So we flipped them over. We're gonna give them a minute just to kind of cook on the other side. So once our timer goes off, we're gonna add our garlic and the other half of our lemon. And then we're gonna give it another 5 minutes to cook. All right, we're gonna add our lemon. You kind of want to get it everywhere, but this is also what I like to do is I'll try to get it everywhere. This lemon is very hard. As you can see, I got seeds in there. I don't care, I'm not gonna eat them. You bite down on them and you're like, oh, this isn't part of my meal, and you just don't eat it. All right, lemon juice is in there. I like to give it a little shaky-do around, mix it up a little bit. Put it back on there, let your heat come back up in there. I did a rough chop of the garlic off camera. This is also when you want to add this. So we're just gonna kind of sprinkle it around in there. And then we're gonna let that cook for about another 5 minutes.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know, you see, somehow the world was made for me, and now my chicken's done.
Okay, like you said, the chicken's done. You're gonna wanna move your chicken to one side of your pan. This is when things start to really pick up in this recipe, okay? Pile it all onto one side. Take your 1 cup of chicken broth that you made at the very beginning. Dump that on in there. Take all of your vegetables, dump those right on in there. And what you're gonna wanna do is actually put your chicken on top of your vegetables, and your vegetables are gonna kind of steam under your chicken. If your chicken starts falling apart, that's okay. I use tendies. They're tender, like it says. If you were super fancy, you would take another like half a lemon, cut it into like the big round slices and put it on top like this, put your lid on it, and steam your vegetables until they're done. Sorry, I have something in my eye. I don't have another lemon, at least not for that. So we're gonna let this be for right now. You can hear it start bubbling. we want to steam the vegetables. So we're just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna turn the heat down. All right, we're working on steaming the veggies now. We turned our heat down to medium. And we're just gonna let them ride. We're gonna give them a 7-minute timer. And we're going to barely touch them. If you touch them at like 4 minutes. Leave them alone. You want them to cook. The more you keep messing with it, the cooler everything gets. You don't want that. So we're gonna leave it alone for at least 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll probably give everything a light shuffle. Okay, so I did give it a quick shuffle. You guys just didn't see. So now we're gonna do the fork test. And I mean, other than the carrots, which I don't mind some crunchy carrots, these feel pretty done. I think I'm gonna give it one more stir around and let it go for like 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it. So I'm gonna shuffle my chicken around, shuffle my veg. Smells so good. All right. 3 more minutes.
Of course, both timers go off at the same time. If you want to see my meal prep video, check that out.
Okay, so all we're doing this time is we're just checking our veg, which, yeah, this is done. So we're gonna turn our heat off, we're gonna remove it from the heat, and this is just gonna sit here and cool, and in a little while I'll divide it up into my dishes, and then that's my meal prep for the week. All right, everything's cooled off now, so we're gonna dish it up. I have enough chicken strips here. I pre-counted to do 3 pieces of chicken in each of my containers, so I need to focus on portioning out my vegetables right now. I have a 1 cup measure that I'm gonna slightly underfill and portion it into these 4 containers here. If I can get this piece, all right. And the juice you want to save for reheating. It helps put moisture back into your food, and also it's kind of nice to have to like use as almost like a dipping sauce in a way. I got my 1 cup and my 3 chicken strips, so I'm just gonna kind of portion out the last little bit of vegetables that I have and the sauce. And then I'm gonna cut my last lemon into quarters, divide it up, and divide up the sauce. We're cutting lemon. I don't worry about like rolling or microwaving this, because sometimes I will just leave the wedge in the container when I throw it into the microwave, and then it juices out real nice into the broth. Set it all in there, and there you have it. Some real good meal prep. I eat this every week almost. Except on the weeks that I'm just feeling a little lazy, you know?
Foodborne illness is a conspiracy fed to you by big food to buy more.